And I thank His Grace and the whole administration of the Archdiocese for putting at the fore the Ministry of the Youth. As you've noted, the youth are the biggest force, the biggest number in the church, but also they are the link between the old church and the church of tomorrow, of the young people. So we thank the Archdiocese and the Holy Father that is putting us at the forefront, truly Mubutala, especially in this day and this event. So I just want to dig a little bit more on what's going to happen between now and that day which has told us of the World Youth Day. Actually, it has begun. It's a span of three things. First, that we recite the World Youth Day prayer at our youth gatherings, and we are going to recite it at the end of this meeting. And we shall give you a copy. Those who have Twitter handles, please throw this prayer, because it's going to be said every day in Portugal. So you can be in Portugal while here in Uganda by praying with us. Second, he has sent us a message. It's online also. Those who have, just Google and say, Pope Francis' message for the World Youth Day. The title is, Mary arose and went in haste. It's also on Google. Some of those papers, we've got it. And the thing is, the Pope says, youthfulness is also about being in a hurry. A youth who is sluggish, who doesn't happen things, will be left behind, because this world is very fast. And it's giving us the model of Mother Mary. When she heard that her sister Elizabeth was pregnant with child, she rose in a haste. Because if she had laid, she would find her delivered already. So he says, the world is fast, let us be fast as youth, but also fast in faith, in matters of faith. Because there are some people who put off being Christians and devout until they are old. They say, nkyali muvubuka bwe nakaddi wanja kusoma. Omwana bw'akulema mu buvubuka tojja muzaala mbukadde. If you can't pray as a youth, you are not going to pray as an old person. You would have got lost already. So Pope says, let's hop on. And finally, he says, we have the World Youth Day website. So the teachings, even what's happening right now, that's the beauty of the digital era, is online. It's live streaming. So if you just go, but it's the climax of the youth apostolate activities in the year. Every 2 years, as he has told us, we have this international gathering to celebrate our youthfulness and our faith together around our Holy Father, the Pope. And we thank God that ever since it was begun, the popes have made it. This year we had fears. The Pope was a little bit not well physically, but thank God he has made it in Lisbon, and everybody is excited. So the World Youth Day, as you said, is an occasion for the youth to deepen their membership in the church, know more about their church, and celebrate their participation. So it is done on two levels. What you are going to begin today is the international level, where we gather together in one place. This time it's going to be Lisbon, Portugal. And at the end of the 6 days, they are going to vote who is going to be the next person. Someone told me, Father, are we going to host it in Uganda? God willing. So if you pray now, not now, but it is a process. And so we shall know by the time we finish. So because few people can go to these venues, the Holy Father asked that every local church finds a way of celebrating this event with the communities around. So we are going to do it from sub-parishes, parish level, and as a diocese, we shall do it at a diocesan level together. And that's going to be on 26th of November this year. And our Kampala Archdiocese is organized in 4 divisions called vicariates. Where we are now, this area of Kampala district is called Kampala Vicariate. There's a part in Entebbe, it's called Entebbe Vicariate. There's a part in Wachiso, it's called Wachiso Vicariate. The other part in Mpigi, Mitala Maria, is called Mitala Maria Vicariate. So what we do, every year, we move around, just like the Holy Father does to go to different countries. We go to different vicariates. Last year, we were in Entebbe Vicariate. This year, we are in Kampala Vicariate. So when we come to the vicariate, the chaplain and the leadership of the youth in that vicariate level take charge. They're the hosts, the organizers. So when I finish these few remarks, I'm going to hand you over to the chaplain of the Kampala Vicariate, who is Father Julius, and the honorable team you see around here in suits and ties. They're the leaders of this activity, and they're going to lay out a plan. As I said, we don't want to be a one-day celebration. It's a series of events whereby everyone can participate, contribute, and feel part of the Catholic Church. You know, youth like dynamism and participation. If you see a youth who wants to spectate, he's not a real youth. He's an old mind in a young body. But young bodies want action, bagala vibe. And so we want Kampala Vicariate to lay out how we are going to live this experience. As I said, briefly, we have a big delegation from Uganda. Some of our friends and brothers have already arrived in Portugal. The people you see in white are the delegates from Kampala Archdiocese, as their t-shirts read. So they are going to be representing our Archdiocese on that event, and we pray for them. When we reach there, we are going to do 3 things which have been laid out by the Holy Father. First, a spiritual pilgrimage. So we call ourselves pilgrims. And some people have come and says, can we go for chair? We say, no, that's not the group. This group is for pilgrimage. It's for people of faith. We are going to encounter with the Holy Father and fellow youth from all over the world. Fortunately, Portugal is also known as a pilgrim center. Many of you have heard of Our Lady of Fatima. We have a parish here called Bbiina Parish. It was named after that place, that shrine, where our Mother Mary appeared over 100 years ago to 3 little girls, 3 children, Jacinta, Lucia, and Francisco. So we shall have a chance to go to that place, a few kilometers from Lisbon, but part of the organization is also Fatima is going to come to Lisbon. So Our Lady, the image of Our Lady of Fatima, the Pope has instructed that to be brought in Lisbon, the capital city, so that those who will be rushing will just come chance to have a pilgrimage within Lisbon. After the day, it will go back, and our organization is going to have a chance to go and pray for you. So we are pilgrims. We are going to pray for ourselves, but we are carrying along with the prayers of our fellow youth from Uganda. Some have written to us through WhatsApp. Others have expressed them, and we know them. We know what Uganda is going through. We know what our fellow youth are going through. We are taking these prayers with us to Lisbon, to Fatima, for a pilgrimage to our Mother Mary, together with the Holy Church. 2, it's a time for deepening our faith. So the events of this day actually begin a week earlier. We call it Days in the Dioceses. When pilgrims go, according to the arrangement that was set by Pope John Paul II, when they come into a country like this, because there are so many, the country shares the pilgrims from the world. So some people, if they came to Uganda, for instance, some people would go to Gulu, others to Mbarara, others to Hoima, others to Tororo for a whole week. So the families in those areas host these people. They entertain them, they pray with them, they share their culture and environmental heritage. So they have fun, but pray every day. Their prayers. There are also teachings by bishops and selected teachers who deepen and answer questions of these young people in these areas. So at the end of this first week, which is ended yesterday, today we descend in the central place, which is Lisbon. So in Lisbon, there are different cultural, social, interactive, and also spiritual activities. So we have performers, Catholic musicians from all over the world. Portuguese are known for music, especially classical music. So there are parks all over where people can go and enjoy that cultural heritage. Portuguese are also good painters and artists. So we shall have exhibitions of art and their city tours. But above all, we shall have prayers, adoration, and masses, and confessions, and sacraments at different centers in Lisbon. This is going to continue, and every evening, we shall have an encounter with the Holy Father at different venues.